My name is Glen Broom, G-L-E-N, one N. My parents couldn't afford the second N. B-R-O-O-M, and I'm emeritus, a professor emeritus at the School of Journalism and Media Studies at San Diego State University.
My name is Gordon Broom, and I'm one of Glen's brothers. Glen is one of 5 boys. He was the oldest. I'm number 2. Glen grew up on a farm in southern Illinois. He was mom and dad's first child, the oldest child, and by far their favorite child. But I'm not bitter. After receiving his degree in ag communications and a brief stint at the university, Glen decided to take his public relations skills into the private business world. He and Betty moved to Chicago. Then he decided that he wanted to return to academia, and he wanted to get a doctorate degree in a field he called mass communications. Of course, you all know Glen, and you know of his enthusiasm for everything that he does. The wine he had last night was the best wine he's ever had. The vacation he just completed was the best vacation he's ever had. The clothes he wears are the best bargain and the best fitting. And his colleagues with whom he works are always the funniest, the smartest, and the best people you would ever want to meet. After shoveling snow off the roof for the second or third time one winter, he came home to Greenville, Illinois, and reported to the family that he and Betty were moving to San Diego and joining the faculty of San Diego State University.
When I think of Glen Broom, I think about how remarkable it is that he has given 30 years of his life to San Diego State. But what's even more amazing is Glen's enduring impact on students, faculty, and professionals. By our count, we figure that Glen has interfaced with over 3,000 public relations graduates. And I swear Glen probably remembers the names of all of them. But I do know with great certainty, because I've had an opportunity to sample a diverse population of SDSU alumni, and I can say that whether they graduated last year or 30 years ago, every one of them remembers Glen and the impact he had on their success.
I'm not sure that everyone appreciates just what a giant Glen is in public relations and the contributions that he's made. I met him in a national organization that happened to want to have communications and public relations educators from around the country, and he was just one of a handful selected for participation in that national group. And he always had very, very keen insights for the entire profession as he participated. I think that his great legacy is that he thinks big, that he has reached out and gotten to know people throughout the profession in a lot of different places and has brought that understanding, that knowledge, and that personal relationship back to campus and fed it through hundreds and hundreds of students and graduates who today consider him one of the great mentors in their life.
Effective public relations has made an impact in our field, not only because it's used worldwide by public relations students in classrooms, but also because it's been used worldwide by practitioners working in public relations firms and a variety of other companies. What a lot of people don't realize, I think, is that this book is not only the foundation for public relations education, but it's also a foundational textbook for the examination for accreditation in public relations. The accreditation in public relations, or the APR, is a professional certification that's held only by the top 2% of practitioners in our field, and I'm really proud to know that Effective Public Relations is the leading textbook to prepare practitioners for that certification.
San Diego State has been kind of a resource to the community in many different ways. While students are in school, they have to do projects. And in one course, for example, we always brought in a community client, and the assignment was to develop a strategic plan for solving some public relations problem. A lot of different agencies and communities and organizations in the community have profited from that. After the students graduate, then they become leaders. And we really introduce the social responsibility concept, and they not only work hard in their work and do professional work, but they're dedicated to community service. I think they've done a good job in doing that. Come to mind Bill Trumfeller, who's Mr. San Diego now, and serving serving leadership positions in the community. Marilee Sachs in New York, Chairman USA of Hill and Knowlton, and a leader in diversity, hiring and pushing diversity in public relations. And those are just two examples of the kind of leaders that have come out of San Diego State.
Dr. Broom is the person I credit for my foundation in public relations. Glen, through his books, his teaching, his writing, his mentoring, has helped so many of us launch our careers and really sustain our careers. He taught us the value of public relations to the business, and that's something I use today. Many of the fundamentals of my career that I've been able to pass on to people in my departments are based on all I learned from Dr. Broom and the fabulous work he's done through San Diego State University.
Well, Dr. Broom has had such a dramatic impact on so many of us, not just in the classroom, but after we graduated and embarked upon our careers. And he was always there for you if you had questions about what was going on or just wanted to talk something through with somebody. He was always there for all of his students. And I know those my fellow students that came out of that PR program all share the same sentiment that he just gave everything he had to his students and did so much. So what we can do to pay that forward is to give back to the center and really support the legacy of Dr. Broom and what he's done for all of us so that all the students in the future have the same opportunities.